There should be a 6 point gap between. We can.
You should what?
Matter of fact, even if we don't win that game, I take a point and a 4 point gap, and we still have both Man U and Spurs to play. So looking forward. Today though, the big news today is Barcelona trashing off Real Madrid in the Clasico. A result which many weren't expecting. Seeing that Barcelona is in a rebuilding phase. But news before the game was that Madrid, Benzema was missing. How bad is Madrid really without Benzema though?
Well, if today is anything to go by, I would hope that he stays out for a little bit when we play them. If today is anything to go by, it would seem like, Madrid was playing against B squad. Like Barca was playing against Madrid's B squad.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It wasn't any real pressure on the ball. Wasn't anything from. It was just like in the second half, like when the halftime came, you expected that Madrid was going to, put up some challenge. Like, there wouldn't be a tougher second half. Mm-hmm. As soon as the second half started, 3-0.
Mm.
And by the time I got to even get a drink and say, okay, let's set in for the second half, 4-0. I'm not watching this anymore. I'm not watching this anymore. Because, by 4-0, Abani on fire, Shout out to Gramps, the bamboo fire just lit up today. You understand? Yeah, he was on fire. So, I couldn't understand, what happened at Madrid. It cannot be just because Benzema was injured. And they had Jovic on the bench, I think, which says a lot about them, that he chose to start Rodrigo over all of them. So to play the game and not out and out center forward, right? Because Benzema was injured. Person saying that it wasn't even that important. Madrid is at the top of the league and they're gonna win, but losing to Barcelona at home and losing by 4 is not something you would want to even take with you. Although Vinicius should have scored one before Barca went 2 up. I think that would have changed the game. Vinicius was poor. Aubameyang scored one before he scored the first also. So it was just a game of missed chances and Barcelona took theirs. But I think Vinicius got a 1-on-1 and he should have buried that instead of trying to get a penalty. He should have buried it. But comprehensive defeat at every avenue of the pitch.
But I don't think Madrid is that good this season anyway. I mean, I think with the demise of Barcelona, it kind of make we give Real Madrid a little bit more credit than what they really do in the league this season. If you go back to the Champions League game with PSG, they were outplayed the first leg. They were outplayed until about 60 minutes in the second leg.
Mm-hmm.
We can argue that the foul and the keeper that give them a foot back into the game. And Benzema grabbed it with both hands, and I think he was assisted by Luka Modric. But they weren't playing great. They weren't playing great either.
But you just said Benzema.
Yeah. But as a team though, I know I said it, and you're right. But they were gifted an entrance back in the game, but by not playing great football, but by a lack of a bad call referee or a bad judgment by
concentration, poor concentration.
Yeah, and because PSG mental is so weak, they crumble. You with me? But if you look at it though, they have not been playing great, fantastic football. They never run through the group stage. They lost to a team called Sheriff at one point in time. You remember that earlier?
Yeah, but they finished top of the group. The
group wasn't a strong group. The group wasn't a strong group.
Yeah.
But
that's true.
But I'm saying they've not been playing fantastic.
We're gonna beat them. We're gonna knock them out. Don't worry, we're gonna knock them out.
Even last season, and look at it though. When they played Chelsea last year, it's pretty much same team, same old age squad.
Exactly.
Last year. Only good thing happened this season is that Vinicius' game has elevated somewhat. Yeah. So that's the only good thing about Magic
Well,
this season going on.
He didn't seem like himself today. Let me put it that way. It didn't seem like himself at all. In regards to the Vinicius that everybody's talking about, 14 goals in the league so far, it didn't seem like himself. It was just a poor performance. I don't know. Maybe somebody put some rum in the water after Madrid players. I don't know, but it was just a poor, sluggish performance from the team. Very poor, very, very poor.
But I don't know. How good this Barca team is coming. I think they'll be a force.
Wow. I want to preface this by saying I'm really not a Barcelona fan. But no, I have to say it first. But if I am a fan, I'm a Madridista. Yeah. But Barca, you can see the shades of Barca of old under Xavi. That is not good.
Man,
because it's just,
but
it's just a window. No, the problem is just one window. Right?
One window and he spent much.
One window and he got, failing players, and he could have been able to motivate players who
and Abang.
No, Traore didn't.
Traore.
I said before.
But Traore never assist before he come there.
No, but I said this before and I'll say it again. If Xavi can teach Adama Traore to control, he's already one of the greatest coaches in the world. If he can teach him how to control the ball. Right?
Always finishing, if he can finish. Now, man,
I'm saying if he can get him to do.
I'm saying finishing, if he can finish.
No, if he can teach him how to finish, then he's a legend. I'm saying if he can teach him how to just control. Because he has everything else to be a great player, but just control and to finish. Right? Then Xavi's a legend. But he's doing extremely well with the team so far, He's doing very, very good. You can't say that he isn't doing well. He's doing very well with this team, And I think he's brought a young player or a couple of young players into the setup, to get his message across. And they have bought into, his style a lot. You can see the influence of players on the game, and I think he's clearing out players that they don't need and getting in the ones that they need. He has a clear plan. I think it was Murphy that said that, they had a clear plan, and it was true that they have a clear plan of what he wants from each player, what he needs them to do. And, that's good as a manager and for the players. Ferran Torres, looking good, Bruce. I can't believe Pep them at 6.
No.
Looking good, Bruce.
Fine.
Look like Pep miss one, Bruce.
No.
Don't say no.
No, Pep. Well, calm down. I don't know what miss, Chris. I don't know what miss. If I understand Pep start. I don't get into Pep discussion tonight, but I understand Pep. When the player want to leave, Pep say he can leave. He was a player at City, but compete for a game, fine. What is the need? Hold on. Question: What does City need right now? What does City need?
A striker.
Fine. So we can move on. Then a winger. Then a striker. So
they're gonna need a winger. Mahrez is getting older. They're gonna need wingers.
Well,
they're gonna need
players. Fine, but winger is not the priority. You want a forward right now. Mahrez can play 2 more seasons. Priority right now is a forward. If they're not a forward, then they'll be a different league. I mean, they're not a forward.
Yeah, they need a forward. They need a
forward. But
I don't know why it doesn't start Jesus more often, but they need a forward.
Because it's just wide. But anyway, let's get back to Madrid though. There are two. I talk about legend and talk about Xavi. Xavi, sorry. Surprisingly, Bale and